Hi fellas, I'm going to show you a very quick trick that I learned from my friend Mr. Trini Montes. This is my lovely assistant, Charlene. All right, my dear, I'm going to take half the pack, you take this half, and I want you to turn it face down. And now you can either give it a fancy pants cut like mine, or otherwise you can give it a straight cut. Wow, that was really good, sweetheart. All right, now I'm going to choose a card. This is the card that you're not going to see. Okay, so I'll show the camera. All right, so here's my card. I'm going to take and stick that into your pack very carefully, and I'll let you square it up. And then I want you to go through your cards, and I want you to take one out, and then I want you to stick it. And now you look at it and then show the camera, okay? I won't look though. Let's stick it in the center of my pack. Okay, got it?
Yep.
Now, what I'm going to do is take your pack, take it face up, okay? And we're gonna make kind of like a little face up, face down sandwich. I'm going to place half of my cards face down, take half of yours, and place them face up on that pack. I'm going to take mine face down and put yours face up on there. So now, we got this face up, face down mess. Now imagine the face down cards, like they're like this, now are becoming face up, except for our cards, okay? Our two selections. Hope this works. But look, there's two cards, look, it's all fixed, except for that card, and look, one over here. What was your card?
King of Hearts.
Wow, there's the King of Hearts. And then I chose, I don't know, I think it might have been like the Ace of Clubs, I'm not sure. But, oh, look, it is the Ace of Clubs. Man, I must be a mentalist, too. Isn't that incredible, love?
Good job.
Thanks, love.
Hey, Magician's Forum. This is Trini. I am going to be doing the performance and explanation of Overcast. So, I know, Rudy, you had asked me to do this, so here it is. Just a quick performance of it. So, you ask the spectator to cut about half or so, and you have them look through the deck, go through their half, and remove any card and just place it down on the table. And so they'll do the same thing here, and they'll look at the card, whatever that is, and place it down here. At this point, you have them take your card, well, you take theirs, and you're going to place it into the center of the packet, of your packet, and you do the same with theirs. They're going to place it into the middle of their packet, and they'll push it in flush. Then they're going to turn their half face up. You cut about half of yours, place yours face up on the table, or face down on the table. They take about half of theirs, place it like so, and you place your other half there face down. They place theirs face up, and you square everything. At this point, you talk about the deck being face up, face down, back to back, face to face, a mess. I got to find two cards out of this mess, your card and my card. I had the Four of Hearts. What did you have? They'll say, I think it was King of Spades. Snap your fingers, and lo and behold, the only two cards reversed in the deck face up are the Four of Hearts and the King of Spades. So you secretly have your card, the Four of Hearts in this case, that's my favorite card by the way, it's going to be face up on the bottom of the deck, and you give it a few shuffles like this, and as long as you shuffle above that bottom card, everything looks great. And I'll go over how to get the reverse card on the bottom if you're doing it in front of like some magicians or in a casual setting, and you need to reverse it in front of people. So anyway, at this point, you hold the deck like this. They cut about half. I love this move. This is a really cool reversal move that I just happened to be playing with and stumbled upon. Also found out that Aaron Fisher has this in, I think, Revolution number 9. Very, very, very cool reversal of the packet. So this is what it is. So your half is face down, Four of Hearts is face up on the bottom. You take the packet, turn it facing you, and you're going to push over a block, as you can see here, so that they don't see the reverse card here. So you push over a block to cover the reverse card, and as you spread, you're going to up jog any card. It doesn't matter which one. It could be the king, it could be the Four of Spades. It doesn't matter which one that you up jog. Just up jog one, and then just spread so you have a nice spread, and they see all backs. That's important here. Then you're going to square everything up where it's nice and squared like this, but this is facing you. And you're not going to worry about this card. You're not going to remember it. That's not important. What's important here is your uniformity of action. Also, the way this goes is it has to flow. So you're going to remove this and you're going to move forward with this, place this down, and your left hand naturally just drops to a resting dealer's grip position. So what you've done now is, because this is the back, as you do this, as you place this down, this is now your 4 of hearts, and the rest of the packet is face up. Really cool idea that Aaron Fisher and I have kind of messed with. He had his way before I did. I'm sure this is probably something that's older than that, but that's where I first, after I did this trick, came up with this. He and I sessioned, and he did this, and it was kind of cool that he did the same thing, because he recognized the move whenever I did it. He did it like a double take. It was cool. Anyway, so they do the same thing. They reach in here, they remove a card. Let's say it's this one here. That's the Queen of Spades, and they place it face down on the table next to yours. What's important here is that you pick up their card. You say, look, I want you to look at it. I'm not going to look at it, and I'm going to place it into the middle of my half. Now you can do, you can insert it from behind. And I know it looks like tilt, but if you want to show like this, the side of the deck, to show that it's really going in the middle, you can. Or you can insert it from the front. It doesn't matter either way. The only thing is, if you insert it from the front, you're going to have to get a break above this card. The reason I insert it from the back and show it this way is so that whenever I push it flush, I can then obtain my break by pushing down, and I have a break above that selection. So either way, it doesn't matter. But what's important is, whenever you take, you say, look at your card, don't forget it. I'm not going to look at it. And do the same with mine, but don't look at mine as well. So that gives you an excuse for them not to look at this card, because this is a bogus card. So they place it into the center of their packet, and then have them turn their packet face up. Now you have that break here again. And this is another thing that I like about this trick, is that you tell them to cut their packet around the halfway point, and what you're showing here is your 4 of hearts here, or your selection here, and also their selection here, but it looks like 2 face down packets. Beautiful display here, a very nice convincer. You place the right hand packet face down on the table. It appears to be face down, but it's really face up. They take half of their cards, place them face up there. You place the other half face down, and they place their other half face up. So it looks really messed up, some face up, some face down, back to back, face to face. You square everything, turn it face down, and just move it off to the left. So you can spread at this point. Or if you want to spread from left to right, you can. It's up to you, from left to right or right to left. You ask them to name their card, but you want to name yours first. And this I've learned because you ask them, what is your card? They'll say, well, you're supposed to know it. This is the way to kind of get around it, because it kind of gives them that feeling of guilt, because you told them what your card is. So now they're going to give you the name of their card. And the way I do it is like this, and you can word it any way you want. This is just the way I handle it. I tell them, out of this mess, I have to find 2 cards, your cards and my card. By the way, I had the 4 of hearts. What did you have? And it's just a casual way to get them to reveal their card. They'll say the Queen of Spades. Ah, that's cool. You snap your fingers, whatever magical gesture you want to do, and then you spread a nice wide spread, so they see a display of face down cards, except for their queen and your 4, and that's Overcast. Quick way to do that reversal is, if you have whatever card you have on the bottom, you can side it by doing some riffle shuffles. It doesn't matter, as long as you know what card is on the bottom. That's all that matters. You can do it all around square and side it. Then I do what is, and it's pretty simple, Marlowe's out of the right reverse, and I think it's in the Hierophant. So what you do is, you're going to get a break above the bottom card, as you can see there. It's a right thumb break, and then you're going to separate the deck by cutting it about half to the left, touch them like this. And the reason you're doing that is because you're acting as if you're trying to straighten them out, square them in your hands, and you're transferring that card from the face here to the face here. And then you go into a riffle shuffle position, square up, and you have now reversed that one card here. That's the way I do it. To me, it's pretty invisible, because it just looks like you're kind of doing this and then going into a shuffle. And then you have that one reverse card, which is kind of a cool way to do this. Other ways you can do it is, you can do the old reverse like this. You can even openly reverse it as you're talking, as long as they don't have any heat on the deck. Quick history on this: my method came from reading a trick out of John Rockerbomber's set of lecture notes manuscript booklet called Big Easy Card Cunning, and the name of the trick in there is called Made in the Shade, which hence the title Overcast, Shade, Overcast. But he used a wrist turn like this, and I'm not really crazy about this. I mean, you do this and then you have to do something like this, and it can look really nice, but and also you have to turn your back as well. So I just wasn't crazy about that idea. So whenever I came up with this idea, we kind of I shared it with him, and he really liked it. He likes the idea of doing the reversal like so, and I really do like this idea. It's a really cool thing. There it is. And that's it. Hope you enjoyed, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the forum. Until next time, there you go. Enjoy. Thanks.
Hi everyone, it's Rudy, and I want to start by saying thank you to Trini for his willingness to not only share this effect with us, but to take the time to put together this tutorial video. On behalf of the forum, Trini, thank you. Now I want to take a couple of minutes here and describe for you a couple of slight adjustments that I've made that work for me. First of all, I want to talk about how I reverse a card in the deck. I love what Trini just showed us here from Ed Marlowe. I've never seen that before. It's really cool, and so I'll have to give that a try. I would also encourage some of you fellas to check out Harry's Universal Reversal. It's also a great move. But what I do and what I've done for the past 8 or so years that I've been performing this trick is something that I came up with that utilizes a move from Harry Lorraine, his Halo Cut. I checked with Harry, and he said that while he's messed with stuff in reversing cards, he's never done what it is that I'm about to show you. But credit still goes to Harry because I was inspired by his Halo Cut. So this is what I'm doing. I'm starting with the card reversed in the deck. In this case, in every case that I perform it, it's the Joker. And it's second from the bottom with a cover card, an indifferent card, beneath it. Now, I'm going to do, I believe it's called, but you'll have to correct me if I'm wrong, Frank Thompson's false triple cut. I believe that's what it's called. I first learned it on an old video from Penguin Magic by Oz Perlman. But the false cut looks like this, all right? It's a triple cut with that swivel in the middle. So maybe that's why it's called like the triple swivel cut. Well, on this very first cutting of a packet into my left hand, I'm going to perform Harry's Halo Cut. So remember, I have an indifferent card at the bottom, which is going to be removed in that action of doing Harry's Halo Cut on the first one. So I do this. If you don't know Harry's Halo Cut, you got to start reading the good stuff. But if you cut this first packet, you're going to essentially drag that bottom card, that cover card, along with it. It's going to go along for the ride. The details are in several of Harry's books, so I'm not going to get into too much detail, but you're essentially swiveling while doing a Halo Cut on the first one. There it goes. It's riding, removing that cover card, exposing the face-up Joker there at the bottom. Okay? And then you're going to do a second cut while returning that portion into your right hand and then completing the move. Okay? I'm not going to go into detail on that. But essentially now, I've uncovered that reverse Joker that's on the bottom. The second thing that I want to talk to you about is how it is that I was able to show my selection to the spectators. In the version that Trini showed you, it's just you kind of look at a random card and you table it, and that's cool. But I want them to be able to see the card, and so I use duplicates, the Jokers, in order to show them my selection. So what I've done is I've positioned the second Joker 7th from this key card for me, which is the Queen of Hearts. What I mean is that it's Queen of Hearts 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then there's the Joker 7th. Why do I put it there? Well, because in a minute I'm going to be culling that card, and I need it to be in a specific position. Specifically for me, the position that I'm most comfortable with is the 6th card. It just works for me. It's 7th because in a minute I'm going to slip cut the top card into the center of the pack. Let me demonstrate what I mean. So I start by pushing over a block, hiding that Joker. pushing over a block and getting to that Queen of Hearts, and then splitting the deck, and then telling the spectator, this is your half, this is mine, subtly showing that there are no reverse cards in the deck. Okay, and now I'm going to tell the spectator, now I want you to cut the cards. You can do a fancy pants cut like me, which is that halo reversal. That's a good name, the halo reversal. And then, or I say, or you can slip cut. Or you don't tell them you can slip cut. Or you can cut the cards. But I'm going to do a slip cut because I don't want to tell them, or you can cut the deck, which would now mess up my situation. I don't want to do that. And so instead, I do a slip cut of that top card. So I say, or you can just cut the deck like this. Now, I've done that, demonstrating for them what they should be doing, while now putting that joker 6th from the top. So I say, now I'm going to take a card for myself. 3, now there's the 6th card, the joker is going to be cold. And then I'm going to force it on myself. I'll take a random card, let's say like this card, what is this? It's the joker. Alright, so now I'm going to tell them, while placing this pack in my right hand, I want you to lift off some cards here and place, or put this card in the middle of your pack. Okay, now while they do that, I say, great. This goes back into my left hand, flipping it over. There's a lot of misdirection. I've never been caught on it in these 8-9 years that I've been doing it. Just do it. So it's like, now you put that in there in your pack, great. Now you take a card, and you're going to put it in mine. Okay, and I don't have to go through the whole handling. Trini did that. But then you just go from there. So those are the slight touches that I've put on this. Again, nothing groundbreaking, although I do believe that this halo reversal is a cool move. I use it for other tricks. I'll have to maybe talk about that some other time. But it's a cool move because you're essentially, again, you're able to show pack without any reverse cards. And then what the heck did I do there? Well, anyway, you know what I mean. It's a cool move. So credit goes to Harry. Nothing groundbreaking, but this is a really fantastic trick. Hopefully these little touches, you like them, maybe they work for you. Otherwise, do it the way that Trini taught you. It's a great trick. Don't neglect the power of this. It's fantastic. That's it. If you have any questions, you can holler at me or holler at Trini. But hope you like it. That's it. Talk to you guys later.